Thank you, and thank you for having us. So good morning, everybody. My name is Tamara Anguiano, and I serve as the project director for the 21st Century Texas ACE program here at Lufkin ISD. And I'm joined today by Vicki Hardaway, currently serving as site coordinator for the 21st Century Texas ACE program. And on Monday, she will be taking a position as our family engagement specialist. So we're really excited about that. And Jenny McQuilkin is our district translator for Lufkin ISD. Both have been an absolute integral part of our family engagement program, supporting daily connections with students and families and helping us strengthen our community partnerships. So what is Texas ACE? It's a statewide program funded by TEA that provides free after school and summer opportunities for students and families. And the goal is simple: helping kids do better in school, build confidence, develop the skills that they need for the future. And we do this by focusing on four main areas: academics, enrichment, college and career, and family engagement. So, looking at this quote, getting to know someone else involves curiosity about where they come from and who they are. So, I feel that this quote captures the very heart of family engagement. At its core, engagement isn't about programs or checklists. It's about genuine curiosity. And when we pause to ask families where they've come from, who they are, and what matters to them most, we open the door to authentic partnerships. And that kind of curiosity builds trust, creates space where families feel seen and valued. And this is where engagement begins, with curiosity, listening, and respect for every family's unique story. Next, please. Okay, so this is the overlapping spheres of influence and the diagram shows the key influences in a child's learning: the family, school, and community, and each has its role. But the real power is in the overlap. So the closer these spheres move together, the stronger the impact on student success. Take a moment to think about your context. Are the spheres of influence in your world closer together or further apart? What does that look like for the families that you serve? Next. So the objective of today's presentation is to provide participants with a little background information of the Texas ACE program here at Lufkin ISD, provide participants overview of the integration of family engagement in Lufkin ISD, and provide participants with information about processes to implement strategies using a tiered system of family engagement, and show how we collect data to inform alignment with improvement plans, and to provide an array of supports that strengthen family-school partnerships. A little bit about where we are. To understand family engagement in Lufkin ISD, we have to look at our context. Lufkin ISD is a population of 34,470 people. We are 90 miles north of Houston and 166 miles southeast of Dallas in the Texas Forest Country. Next. So we serve in Lufkin ISD 7,046 students currently, K through 12. And our after school program, by the end of the year 2024, our target number was to serve 1,195 students. And here at the time, we had 846 students in our program. And this is a snapshot of our program at that point when we had 846 students in our program. By grounding ourselves in demographics, we were reminded that every number represents real children and families, each with unique stories, strengths, and challenges. And knowing our community helps us tailor engagement strategies that actually fit. So this is where it kind of gets really exciting. In 2022, 2021, 2022, we logged 879 family engagement interactions. The next year, that nearly doubled to 1685. And in 2023, 2024, we reached 4,318 interactions, a 491% increase in just 2 years. So here the bar chart shows the growth of our family engagement program over the past those 2 years. In 2022, 2023, we had 1685 family engagement interactions. The following year, that skyrocketed to 4,318, more than doubling in just 1 year. By May 19th of 2024, we had already exceeded our year-end goal by 214%. And it's important to note that the chart does not include the program that we carried into June and July 2024. So this was a snapshot taken before then. So the actual numbers were even higher. And here, the remarkable part is that we reached these numbers with 252 different activities at a cost of just $1,639 for the family engagement. So this chart makes one thing very clear. It's not about the actual cost, but about the intentional design of opportunities that matter. So here on the next slide, the donut chart gives us another perspective of our growth. For our Texas ACE families, we saw an increase of 254%. And for our non-Texas ACE families, the growth was even higher at 260%. What this tells us is that the strategies we put in place aren't just effective for our Texas ACE families, but they're creating a ripple effect across the wider school community. So when engagement opportunities are intentional, accessible, and meaningful, families will show up. This is some examples of some of our community partners. The Museum of East Texas, for example, opens its doors for families to experience art and culture. Texas AgriLife provides hands-on workshops for parents in nutrition, gardening, and healthy living. SFA, Stephen F. Austin, contributes resources and expertise and also has a string instrument project for our students. Book Buddies puts literacy directly in children's hands by donating books to our families. That's what they did previously. The Angelina Health District supports families' well-being with health education and services. Angelina College provides GED and ESL classes, and Legacy Institute provides financial coaching, digital literacy to strengthen long-term family stability. These are just some of the examples of the many partners who extend our reach and deepen our impact, and they help us create a true community of support around the children and families. Jenny?
Jenny, I think you're muted.
I apologize for that.
There you go.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Again, I'm Jenny McQuilkin with Lufkin ISD District Translator. Now that we saw all those graphics, we can talk about the picture. A picture is worth 1,000 words. What does that mean? 21st Century Texas ACE Parent University is one of the best things that Lufkin ISD could offer to our community. I was able to participate with Tamara and Vicki and other participants as well. And it's just very good to see how parents get involved into this their students, their children's education. So what is Parent University? It's a safe place that we all as a team build for our parents. It's where we not only see the parents, we acknowledge their needs. Even if they don't ask, we support them and we equip them with a better future. Here we have some images that we captured the pride and the joy of the parents of their achievements when they completed parent university. Next speak. 21st Century Texas ACE Parent University is one of the best things, as I said. And here we see celebration. Here we celebrated not just only graduation, but a milestone in building. Each smile in this picture tells us a commitment, growth, and the power of partnership between schools and families. Next, please. Little did I know that this program would not only equip me with invaluable tools, but would also reignite a passion with me to give back to my community and serve in the school system. This is a parent that is sharing with us what she experienced. So like it was mentioned before, the goal is simple. Help kids to do better in school, build confidence, and develop the skills they need for the future. And how do we do that? We do it by focusing on the family as a whole. Because when parents are involved in their children's education, the students will thrive. So the quote that this parent is sharing with us is not just about attending events or checking boxes. It's about transformation. This parent university graduate did not just gain tools. She found purpose, but not just for her. She found it for her and her whole family. So we need to remember when parents feel seen, supported, and equipped, they don't just participate, they commit. That is the kind of engagement we strive for. Next, please. Tamara, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Okay, so this slide highlights the weekly opportunities we create for families to engage with us. Our goal is to make engagement a rhythm, not a one-time event. Families have consistent touch points in different spaces of their lives. During the day, opportunities like drop-in conversations, workshops, or advisory team meetings. At home, there are learning activities, resources that extend what they're doing in the program. In the community, events and partnerships that connect families to local resources and cultural opportunities. And at school, parent nights, student performances, and other activities that bring families and staff together. By offering engagement opportunities across all these different areas, families don't just attend events, they experience an ongoing culture of connection and belonging. So strong family engagement at school happens when parents are invited to learn with their children, not just about them. So that's why we offered programs like the Latino Literacy Project, which strengthens literacy skills for the whole family. The NBA Math Hoops, which makes math fun and interactive while building family participation. And these kinds of opportunities make learning visible and create shared experiences and turn schools into true hubs of family connection. Here we have an example of our FIT program, Family Instructional Time. Families join the after-school program during the academic hour and participate in the learning right alongside their kids. So let's take a quick look.
Oh, really? You gave him a tough one. Okay. All right, so he gave away. We're on page 47, guys, in the back. Y'all got that? And that is two variables. You got the bingos? D is 6.
Okay, so what we just saw here were families sitting with their children, working through math problems together. And that's the heart of FIT, learning as a team. And it builds skills, but it also builds confidence and connection, showing families that they are an essential part of their children's academic journey. And FIT is just one example of how we intentionally bring families into the learning process And on the next slide, you'll see how we expand those opportunities in other areas of engagement, of family engagement. This is one of my favorite events, our community showcase. We had hundreds of families come out to get to know our program. And here's the thing, it wasn't about getting freebies or handouts from the community. What made it fun and work was the scavenger hunt. So we had it in both English and Spanish. And it gave families a reason to stop, ask questions, and actually talk with the community partners instead of just picking up something and moving on. They had talking points that sparked conversations, helped families feel comfortable, and really got them interacting. And I'll never forget the moment a child had a chance to pick up a violin for the very first time. I saw it over and over again. Their eyes just lit up, and that's what this event was all about: opening doors, sparking curiosity, and make families feel like they belong here from day one in our program. And that's how we set the tone for the year for our program. We've built a wonderful partnership with the Museum of East Texas, and it's something our families truly look forward to. Every month, the museum hosts evening art classes for our families. Parents and kids get to sit side by side, create together, and experience the museum in a whole new way. One of the highlights around the holidays is the private night at the museum for the festival Christmas trees just for our program participants. Families stroll through the galleries filled with lights and beautifully decorated trees that you can see on the right-hand slide. And then they join and get to do activities together. And this isn't just another event, it's an experience that makes families feel special, connected, and part of something bigger. So here is a slide that's all about our college and career readiness because it's never too early and never too late. Here are two examples of how we brought this to the families. On the left, we have a student advisor from Stephen F. Austin State University come and talk with our K-5 parents about saving for college, scholarship opportunities for their children, and even scholarship opportunities for themselves. And on the right, you can see our tour of Angelina College. Parents came with their kids, and together they learned about the different career and technology opportunities and that the college offers. Events like these help the families see what's possible, and they make college and career readiness feel real, not just for students, but the parents too. Here are some examples of classes that we hold at the District Education Center. This is a place where families from across the district could come together. We have GED classes, we held ESL classes, digital literacy classes, all in one spot. And having these resources in a central location made it easier for people to attend, whether they were looking to finish school, strengthen their English, or build computer skills. Originally, the first year we had some of these events at one particular school, but we found that having it at the District Education Center brought everybody together. And it's about removing the barriers and giving families a clear, welcoming place to take the next step in their own learning. Vicki?
Next slide, please. Good morning, my beautiful friends. My name is Vicki Hardaway again, and I'm the site coordinator at Brook Hollow Elementary in Lufkin, Texas. You may want to ask the question, what is raising highly capable kids? I'm glad you asked. It's an amazing 13-week program packed with proven tools that help families grow stronger and kids shine brighter by teaching 40 powerful developmental assets. This curriculum gives parents everything they need to know to boost their child's personal growth and academic success, all while bringing families closer together through better communication. And you will see us here in these pictures. We had a 2 full field night with sessions both English and Spanish, making sure every family felt welcome and supported. And it was a big shout out and thanks to Miss Tamara for her leadership and Miss McCarty's support. We brought this program to life right here in Lufkin, Texas. Next slide, please. And if you would see, we have a video to show you that is proven facts that when a parent is involved, the kids shine brighter and brighter. Could you go ahead and play the video?
Hi, I'm Bonnie McCullum, and I started the Raising Highly Capable Kids workshop because I felt like there was something more that I could be doing for my daughter. Right away, and the first area was support, and one of the assets, number 8, I believe, was parents' involvement in schooling. And I knew right then that that was the area that was lacking in my home. I've started to become more involved in my daughter's school life and just overall in her activities outside of school. Just being there more and being more involved and engaging more, and it has helped so much. My daughter's more confident, and I can tell that she's happy about the extra support. I think that there's something to be said about the importance and power in coming together with like-minded individuals who share the same goal as you. I felt like I received a lot of support in the class, just being around other parents who wanted to do better for their children. And I really appreciate it. Thank you.
It just goes to show when we come together, we make life better. We make kids shine and we make families shine too. We are always, like the saying says, we're better together. Could you please turn to the next slide? Yes, this is an awesome tool that Ms. Tamara came up with. It's called Discover With Me. It's a super cool math adventure where students and parents team up to conquer both challenges right from their home. It's all about making math fun, building confidence, and turning family time into learning time. Get ready to turn those numbers into smiles and high fives because math just got a little more awesome. Together we solve, together we shine. Next slide, Tamara.
Thank you. So our program, we like to say that our parents are tall, teachers, advocates, leaders, and learners. And as teachers, whether they're reading together at night or joining them during family instructional time, as advocates, they speak up, ask questions, and make sure their kids have what they need to succeed. As leaders, they step up on our advisory teams, helping guide events and show other families what's possible. And as learners, they remind us that learning never stops, whether it's the GED classes, ESL, or digital literacy classes. These aren't one size fits all activities. They're unique opportunities that meet families where they are, build on their strengths, and honor the many ways families contribute to their children's growth. Next, please. Some of our events some of our parents actually went on to the local radio station with Jenny McQuilkin, our district translator, who's here with us to share their voices. They talked about the value of our after school program, the resources available to families, the classes, the events we offer, and how all of this helps their children grow and succeed. On the right-hand side, you see our Family Engagement Advisory Board gives parents voice into shaping the after-school program, and they provide input, share ideas, and help us make sure the program meets the needs of families. Here are our parents as leaders. One of the best examples of parents as leaders is our monthly parent cafe. These aren't staff-led. They're led by parents themselves. Parents choose the topics around the 5 protective factors, like resilience, social connections, or supporting their children's development. And they're the ones that are guiding the conversation and offering support to other families. It's leadership in action. Parents step up, create space for one another, and show that the strongest support often comes from families supporting each other. Here we have our parents as learners. We have on the left-hand side, one of our parents that got her citizenship. On the right-hand side, we have one of our grandmas got her digital literacy certificate. I PACS behavior training in the middle. That was I think it was a 4-hour class, and the parents came for that training and received certificates for PACS training. And on the left-hand side, we have our GED. No, that was our ESL class. Next, please.
This slide is one of my favorite parts of the presentation, sharing a parent's story. After caring for her nieces, she realized parenting had changed so much in 20 years. She explained how free programs fit the schedule and gave her invaluable skills. It's a powerful reminder what family engagement is just not about numbers. It's about equipping real families with tools they can use right away. Next slide, please. And in this slide, this next story highlights a different perspective. This family shared how serving on the family engagement advisory team gave them a sense of belonging. Parenting classes like PACS tools and raising highly capable kids not only gave them new skills, but also strengthened their bond with their child. Next slide, please. And this slide, impact of family engagement strategies on student learning. Let's check out this graph. On one side, we have community building, and on the other side, we have student learning. When families and educators work together, kids do better. The flamboyant foundation defines family engagement as collaboration between families and educators that accelerates student learning faster. And if we can see, okay, let's move right along. What does high impact learning family engagement look like? If you would get your clickers together, your fingers, and I would like you to help me in the chat. We're going to talk about high, moderate, and low. On the first row, I would like you to tell me what your reasons are. The reason why it's high, the reason why it's moderate, or the reason why it's low. And I'm going to read these accordingly, and I would like you to put something in the chat. Feel free to help a sister out. Okay, so on one, we have frequent informal gatherings for families, school staff, and community partners to foster collaboration and info sharing. How is that high impact? If someone can put in the chat or tell me how is that high? Because someone said because it's frequent. Oh, that's a good answer. It's a good answer. We would like to have a frequent gathering, not just gathering once a month, but we want to see people doing the month as well. And it says it makes families feel comfortable. Informal doesn't intimidate families. That is so true. That's so true. Let's move on to moderate. Students perform and show their work at quarterly family nights. Why is this moderate? Can someone tell me? It's less frequent, right? And that's true. We want to always not just do things quarterly, but we want to make families know that we appreciate them and we want them to be heard. We not only want them to be heard, but they need to be seen. And it's not just show and tell, right? Thank you, Mr. Matthew. Okay, so we're going to the next one on staff is available to talk with families on orientation day. Why is that so low? One-stop shop. I like that answer. But why is this? It's only one day, right? Only one day for orientation. You need to see families. You need Families need to see us on a daily basis, not just one day, every quarter. They need to really see our faces, need to be open to two-way every day. And I agree, once the beginning and then no more interaction. Okay, let's move on to 2. Family support groups and education classes promote family learning, develop job skills, and address health needs. Why is that so high? Because I really enjoy family support. Could someone tell me? Whole family service, that's right. I like that answer. Whole family service. So on number 2, staff refer families to GED and job training programs offered by community partners. Why is that moderate? Could someone tell me in the chat? Only one refer. Only refer. That's right. We're not connecting to parents. We're not seeing parents. We only referring. And the last one, families can sign up for the volunteer program. Why is that low? They can if they want. Right. They can sign up if they want. To open invitation. It's like they can if they want to. Yes, you're not really inviting parents in. You just want them to sign up just for the numbers. And numbers do count, but our faces count even more. Okay, if you can move on to the next slide, please. So what is your why? If someone can start chatting in the making a chat in there and telling us what your why, what are you trying to accomplish? Develop a framework. What is your vision, mission, and guiding principles? Have you ever stopped to think about why do you do what you do? Some of you might have already seen this next video, but it's worth watching again. You'll see a man singing Amazing Grace, a beautiful reminder of purpose, hope, and perseverance. Let's take a moment and watch this video.
How do I know? A lot of people, when they think of the phrase, how do I know, they always want to put the what behind it. How do I know what I'm supposed to do? The question that you really should ask is, how do I know why I'm here? Because when you know your why, your what becomes more clear and more impactful. If you know, like for instance, people know that I do comedy, but that's what I do. My why is to inspire people to walk in purpose. So I can do comedy, I can write books, I can be in a movie, because all of it is motivated by my why. In fact, I have a new web series out called Michael Jr. Break Time. We probably just did the 6th episode. It's on YouTube. So every single Wednesday at 3 o'clock, we drop a new episode on YouTube of Michael Jr. Break Time. What it is it's me. I travel around the country and I do stand-up comedy, in case you didn't know. And in the middle of my comedy set sometime, I'll stop and just talk to my audience. And we've been filming this, and it's pretty cool. So we're in Winston-Salem. I'm gonna show you a clip from Winston-Salem. And I'm just talking to this guy in the audience, and he tells me that he's a musical instructor at a school. So I was like, all right, you're a musical instructor, can you sing? Let me hear you sing a song. So this is what happened at the last episode of Michael Jr.'s Break Time. Check it. So you're a musical director? Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me get a couple bars of like Amazing Grace. Can you do the first part of that? Go ahead.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
Wow. That bro could sing, you know what I'm saying? All right. Now, what you give me the version is if your uncle just got out of jail, you got shot in the back when you was a kid, I'm just saying, let me see the hood version real quick if you know which version I'm talking about. Just see if that exists. Let me see what you got.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I see.
Let's go. Now. Okay. Here's what I want you to catch. The first time I asked him to sing, he knew what he was doing. The second time, he knew why he was doing it. When you know your why, your what becomes more impactful because you're walking towards or in your purpose.
Now he really knows his why. Next slide, Miss Jenny.
Okay, so that was a cool video. I love that video, by the way. So what is your why? What is your reason to participate in family engagement? Think about it for a moment and feel free to share with us in the chat. Next, please. Okay, so who is on your family engagement advisory team? Our family engagement advisory team isn't just a list of names. It's a reflection of our commitment to listening. We're building a culture that actively seeks feedback from families of all backgrounds, experiences, and walks of life. We want to listen to them. Whether it's a grandparent raising children, a bilingual parent navigating two worlds, or a caregiver juggling multiple jobs, we want their voices at the table because when our advisory team reflects the diversity of our community, our decisions become more thoughtful, inclusive, and effective. We basically customize our services according to their needs. Next, please. So, are we actively listening? What does family engagement look like for them? What do they know about schools, about our schools programs, rules, ways to get involved? What are their hopes and their dreams for their child? What does this family need in order to engage in our school system? So these questions are not just prompts. They're doorways into understanding each family's unique story. What does engagement look like for them? Not just what we expect, but what do they value? Do we know that? Do they know how to navigate our programs? Do they know our rules and our systems? If not, that is on us to clarify. We need to make sure they know that. What are their hopes and their dreams for their child? That is where true partnership begins. By making them part of a team, we are providing the tools to build the foundation towards those hopes and those dreams for their kids. And finally, what do they need from us to feel welcome, empowered, and involved? When we ask these questions with humility and listen with intention, we will build this parents' trust. And trust is the foundation of meaningful family engagement. Next, please. Tamara. You are muted.
So listening gives us the stories and data gives us the structure. Right now, we're going to go look at the family engagement dashboard. Okay, so this is a dashboard that we built, and it shows us that we had the 10 schools, 6,030 interactions, and 332 activities. This was by the end of the year. It helps us look at which activities were most effective and where we needed to adjust things. When we combine data with family voice, we get a clearer picture that guides us towards, stronger, more intentional engagement that's aligned with our program goals. And looking at this dashboard, you'll see key data from 2022 through 2024. And you see the numbers of interactions, the types of family engagement activities, the site breakdowns, and the trends over time. You can see the trajectory of the growth, not just for this year, but month to month, and you can also spot different patterns. At the end of this presentation, there's a QR code, so you can have a link to the dashboard so you can take a look at it. We can look at the types of activities like the family nights, the instructional time, and the partner events. We can look at activities by campus or by site. We can look at dips and plateaus. And also we can look at the dashboard to reflect on different where we need to make improvements. Can we go to the next slide, please? Okay, so on this slide, here are two of the, or actually three different of the donut charts that are actually on the dashboard. So on this slide, we're actually breaking down where family engagement activities are happening. Overall, across the sites, the majority of activities, if you look on this, the donut chart on the left, most of the activities, actually, no, this is a different one. Let me go back to, okay. So here the donut charts give us a closer look at the participation. So if you look on the one on the left, you see the majority of the parents are participating as learners. That is as learners. And this tells us that parents are actually hungry for knowledge and skill building. The second chart shows us activities by tiers. So we divided activities into three types: targeted, universal, and intensive. Universal meaning the activities that are open to everyone. Targeted means the programs that are designed for specific family needs. And the intensive are those that are deeper one-on-one support systems that we provide. That shows that we're meeting families where they are with more personalized support. And finally, the last one, the third chart shows alignment of activities. So here we've got building family capacity, things like workshops, like literacy workshops, or GED support, college and career readiness activities, preparing both students and parents for future success. And then we have the non-aligned events. And those are the celebrations, the performances, or cultural showcases. We have the SEL, social emotional learning. That was things like cafe and the PAX tools that strengthen resilience, and the instructional core opportunities directly linked to the academics. And as you can see, building family capacity makes the largest share here, which confirms that our families are highly engaged in programs that empower them with knowledge and skills to better support their kids. Here, I thought this was really interesting when we started looking at this, because if we look at the overall picture on the left-hand side for our entire family engagement program, you'll see that the 44.9% of the families were coming to events at the District Education Center. At Site A, over here, we have an example of 42.6% of the families were engaged with activities at home and 36% at school. So the families of this school really valued the ability to connect in those two spaces. And if you look at Site B, it's completely different. The parents and the families at this particular school, after school program, the majority of families here came out to the district education center. About 29.3% of the activities happened at home and only 10% at the school. So what does this tell us? It tells us that engagement has to be flexible. Some families connect best at schools, others at home, and others at the district level. And our job is to create the opportunities in all of these spaces, so we're truly meeting families where they are. As we wrap up, I want to highlight one key takeaway. Family engagement is not a one-size-fits-all. When we treat all families as if they have the same needs or will respond to the same opportunities, we set ourselves and them up for frustration. So the old way of doing things, of relying on open houses and booster clubs, doesn't really reach the majority of our families. It leaves too many voices out. So true family engagement is where we balance equity and reciprocity. It's about building open partnerships where educators and families share expertise, listen to one another, and work towards the same goal, which is student success. That's why our program takes a multi-tiered approach. We ground our work in the framework of Maslow's hierarchy of needs and the 5 protective factors. And these remind us that before we can ask families to engage at higher levels, we must also meet their basic needs, build trust, and create a safe space and a welcoming environment. And when families and schools walk this journey together, engagement actually becomes transformative. Every role matters, and every voice contributes to student success. Here is an event that we co-designed, and this was a lot of fun. We co-designed this event with parents, community partners, and district staff. Instead of checking out books, families checked out people and asked questions about their lives. It tied directly to what parents already practice at home, asking higher order questions when reading with their kids. Here they use those same skills with real people in our community, asking about challenges, lessons learned, and hopes for the future. So it was authentic, engaging, and showed how families can build confidence and connection through meaningful conversations. We decided to do this event so that we could bring our community together, bring kids in, bring different people who are inspirational in our community, and have them tell their story.
I think my story is pretty cool because when I came to the States, I didn't really know a lot of things, and I just want to tell everybody that, you know, you can do whatever you set up your mind to do.
I think it's important for children to see that there are ways to make it in the world that aren't necessarily a banker, a lawyer, or anything. You know, artists have the potential. So as an artist, I think it's important to share that you can do that and make a creative living. I do stuff like this all the time, so I'm always enjoy reaching out and talking to people about what I do.
I have a very unique journey to becoming an Ironman. I didn't even start training until I was 51 years old. I ran my first 5K at 51. I never thought I could be an athlete because I'm an asthmatic. I'm a severe asthmatic. We have such a diverse community with so many interesting people, and so this is a wonderful opportunity to come and learn about all the different things that people who live right here in Lufkin, Texas have accomplished and are doing every day.
So as we close, I want to highlight the resources that have informed and strengthened our work. So here, if you do the QR code, you'll get a link to all these different resources. It will also take you to our family engagement dashboard. And these are all the different resources that we've used to create and assist us with creating and strengthening our family engagement program. Last slide, please. So I want to thank you all for coming here today. This is our contact information. Want to thank you for your time, your energy, and your commitment to all of you to family engagement. And together, by bringing families and our schools and communities closer, we are building a GPS of success for every child. And here's our contact information. So thank you very much.